We call it the one big beautiful bill because really everything is sandwiched into this. The American people were sick of wasteful spending and high inflation and open borders and weakness on the world stage. And you know what we're working towards right now? The opposite of all those things. President Trump has used his executive authority in historic ways to stop much of the bleeding. But Congress has a role and a responsibility to step in at this stage to stitch up and mend those wounds for good. And that's what this legislation is about. We cannot leave the American people waiting or wanting. The One Big Beautiful Bill enshrines into law and funds President Trump's promises. There's a lot of them because we had to make them, because after the last 4 years, everything was an absolute disaster. So he's promised to cut wasteful spending and save taxpayers' money. Check. That's what we're doing. Make permanent historic tax cuts and prevent the largest tax hike in U.S. history. Check. That's what we're doing. Invest in our national defense and homeland security in a fiscally responsible manner. That too. Reestablish American energy dominance. And basically restore common sense to the government. That's what the American people elected him to do. This bill does all that and so much more. And as a reminder, we're right on schedule. Our House Budget Resolution gave instructions to 11 separate committees in the House to write their portions of the Budget Reconciliation Bill, and they did it right on target. Every instructed committee exceeded those targets, in fact, that they were given through our resolution. That means the committees that were told to spend have spent less, and the committees that were told to save actually found more savings than they were targeting. And the bill delivered more than $1.5 trillion in savings mandated by the budget resolution. That is historic. There's never been anything like it before, and we're proud to deliver it. This is a whole of Congress response to a whole of government problem. And the results of all this work for over a year has now come to fruition. Every House Republican has engaged in the process. The White House has been involved, as you saw most recently within the last hour. The Senate has been involved. Constituent groups from around the country made their voices heard. And that's why, as the whip said, nearly 1,000 organizations have issued enthusiastic public endorsements about this legislation. I don't think there's ever been anything like that. No legislation has ever garnered that much support. It's really something. And we never promised it'd be easy. We never thought this was going to be an effortless process, because when you're doing this much in a bill this large and complicated and comprehensive, there's a lot of opinions in the room. We respect that in the Republican Party. We're people of deep principle and settled philosophy, and you're going to get differences of opinion when you work through these things. That's part of it. We welcome it. Nothing in Congress is ever easy, especially when you have small margins. But we are going to land this plane and deliver this, and we're proud what we've accomplished together. Every member of the conference can be proud of this legislation in the end. It's truly a nation-shaping piece of legislation. You heard some of the highlights here. Let me just give you a couple of things that haven't been mentioned yet or can't be mentioned enough. Some of the big conservative wins in the bill that are common sense wins from the American people. Putting Americans first. I love what Chairman Jordan said. This is really simple. We're delivering. We're doing what we said we were going to do. When you talk about putting Americans first, we're making the largest investment in border security in over a generation, providing nearly $150 billion to secure our border and deport illegal aliens. We are cracking down on illegal aliens receiving Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, and tax benefits that are intended for the citizens of this country. We're shifting the cost of adjudication in the immigration system from the American taxpayer to the aliens themselves. And we're imposing a fee on remittance payments to foreign countries by illegal aliens. Second category, providing historic tax relief. We're going to eliminate taxes on tips and overtime and provide tax relief for seniors on Social Security. We're going to eliminate taxes on auto loan interest if that car is made in the U.S., lowering the cost of borrowing from America's farmers and providing tax relief for job creators. Another category, bringing back common sense. I mean, that's the continuing theme here that we all talk about. We're repealing and rolling back over $500 billion in funding for the radical Green New Deal policies from Biden's so-called Inflation Reduction Act. We call it the Inflation Act. We're ending Biden's war on American energy. We're banning Medicaid dollars from going to transgender surgeries for minors. We're canceling Biden's student loan repayment program. We're increasing university endowment tax for these big woke institutions. We're revoking tax exempt status for nonprofits that materially support terrorism. We're doubling the jail time for leaks of confidential taxpayer information. We're eliminating big businesses' ability to engage in woke PR campaigns to facilitate refundability for green energy projects. We're incentivizing federal workforce to be at-will employees, and we're repealing Biden's disastrous EV mandate. The stakes couldn't be any higher. We could go on and on. It's over 1,000 pages. I could list all the wins, but we only have so much time. Despite the overwhelming popularity of so many of these provisions in this bill, The guys on the other side, the congressional Democrats, have refused to engage with us in this process at all.